All right, what's up guys? Here's the video I promised you detailing how to solve these 3 problems from the homework. All right, this is page 352. This is the 6.1 homework, okay? We're gonna start with number 65. Number 65, okay? So it's 3x squared minus 5x minus 2 all over y squared plus y minus 2 times y squared plus 4y minus 5 all over 12x squared plus 7x plus 1 divided by 5x squared minus 9x minus 2 all over 8x squared minus 2x minus 1, okay? So I'm going to start, by just factoring all of these, okay? So I'll color code them. I'll start with this part in orange, okay? 3x squared minus 5x minus 2. Oh, guess what? Does factor super easily, okay? It's a trinomial. The lead coefficient is not 1. Okay, so sad face. Set up your little shell. Oh gosh, my signs are opposite, so think difference, okay? So I'm gonna have to write out the factors of my first and last numbers, okay? So the product of my outer numbers and the product of my inner numbers should have a difference of 5 here, right? Because we have a 5 here in the middle, okay? All right, so they should have a difference of 5, okay? 3 times 1 is 3, 1 times 2 is 2, 3 minus 2 is 1, that doesn't work. So we gotta flip this other side around, okay? So 3 times 2 is 6, good. 1 times 1 is 1, okay? We wanna have a minus 5 left over, so the 6 should be negative, the 1 should be positive. So this 2 here needs to go down next to this negative, next to this minus sign. Needs to get multiplied with 3, so the 3 needs to go in the other outer spots. All right, and then there's just 1 spot left for my other 2 numbers, okay? I think that works. Yeah, it does. Cool. All right, let's factor the pink. That's not as bad. Set up your shell. Okay, factors of 2 that add to positive 1, that's 2 and 1, good. Okay, good. And then we have a times here. Don't forget to copy down your operation symbols correctly. So let's do this in green. Let's do the bottom down here in blue. Okay, so factor the green. Y, and then one's a plus, one's a minus. Factors of 5 that add to 4. That's 5 and 1. Good. In the bottom, we gotta do another one of these. Ugh. Okay, so the bottom is gonna be another trinomial with lead coefficient that's not 1. Okay. Set up your shell, plus plus, okay, so factors of 12 with 3 times 4, 6 times 2, 12 times 1. Okay, so outer plus inner needs to add up to 7. These 2 work, okay? So it'll be 3, 4, and 1 and 1. Good. All right, and then this right here, okay, this is a division symbol, right? This is a division symbol, okay? So when we divide, instead of dividing, we multiply by the reciprocal. So I'm going to take this gray stuff right here, and I'm going to factor it, but I'm going to put the product of that factor. I'm going to change this to a times and then flip the top and bottom here as I factor. So instead of putting the factored form of this on top, I'm going to put it on the bottom down here, okay? Again, that one's kind of a pain to factor. This is how homework's just death by factoring, okay? So I set up my shell. My signs are opposite. This is 5 times 1, 2 times 1, okay? Different, so that's not going to work, okay? So we want 1 times 2 and 5 times 1, okay? Product of the outer is 10, product of the inner is 1, 10 minus 1 is 9, which we want to have left over here, okay? The product of the outer is 10, product of the inner is 1. We want to have a minus 10 left over since it's a minus 9 in the middle. So that 2 needs to go next to the minus. The 5 needs to go in the other outer spot so it can get multiplied with the 2. And then there's just one spot to put the other two numbers, okay? So that works, I believe. Good. Okay, and then that purple, I'm going to put the purple in the numerator down here, okay? And that'll also be kind of a pain to factor. Okay. Oh my goodness. This problem is something. So 8 times 1, 2 times 4. This is 1 times 1. Difference, okay? So the results have to have a difference of 2. And that works here, I think, actually. Okay, product of the outer numbers is 2. Product of the inner numbers is 4. Need to have a minus left over since there's a minus 2 there next to x in the middle. So that 1 needs to go next to the minus. That 4 needs to go in the other outer spot. Okay. And then there's only one spot left for the others. Sweet, okay. So that's it. Okay, so we multiply across the top. Okay, so instead of actually copying all this down, I'm just going to draw this. Right, they multiply together. So they just become one giant fraction. Okay. I'm not going to expand any of these, right? Because then I just have to factor, okay? So I'm ready to simplify. Okay? First, I want to write down all my excluded values. So I set every single factor in the denominator equal to 0, and I solve for the variable. So dang. That would be what? Negative 1/3? What's that, negative 1/4? So I want to make sure I write out all my excluded values. What's this? 2, right? So these are all my excluded values. Okay, so that's going to be one part of my answer. Okay, and then I just cancel. Okay, so these 3x plus 1s cancel. What else cancels? The 4x plus 1s cancel. The 2x minus 1s is... Nope. These x minus 2s cancel. The y minus 1s cancel. Good, so I'm left with this, I believe. This, and this. Okay, so my final answer is y plus 5 times 2x minus 1 all over y plus 2 times 5x plus 1. Fun. There you go. Final answer, okay. Let's move on. The other problem requested was number 30. That was one of the other problems requested. So we'll do that real quick. Number 30, where's number 30? Here it is. So 2x squared, simplify this. 2x squared minus x minus 3 all over 2x cubed minus 3x squared plus 2x minus 3. Cool. All right, good stuff, okay? So we want to start by factoring everything, okay? So I'll call the top the orange, okay? Let me factor the orange real quick. Okay, so I'll draw my parentheses, put an X with a little bit of space. One gets a plus, the other gets a minus. Okay. Okay, so write down the factors. There's no GCF here, so I can't make the problem any easier. So difference. I want the difference of my outer and inner to be 1, which that works right off the bat. Outer numbers have a product of 2. The inner numbers have a product of 3. I want there to be a minus left over here. So this is going to be a minus. That'll be a plus. Okay. So this 3 needs to be a minus. 1 and 3 have to multiply to minus 3. So this 3 here is going to go next to the subtraction symbol. Okay. And then that 1 has to get multiplied with my 3, so it's got to go in the other outer spot. And then there's only one spot left for the other numbers. Right, that works, right? Good stuff. Right, so we got to get better at it. Okay, and then let me call the bottom part the pink. All right. Okay, there's no GCF. There's still 4 terms. What am I thinking? Grouping, okay? So we'll group this. Oh gosh, where'd it go? Oh, whatever. So we'll put a parenthesis around the first 2 terms, parentheses around the second 2, okay? So pull to GCF, that's what, 2x, no, it's just x squared, I think. So, sorry. Let's put that back. Okay, so this is going to be parentheses around, okay. X squared times 2x minus 3 plus, there's technically a 1 times 2x minus 3, okay. So that factors in the bottom here to x squared plus 1 times 2x minus 3, okay. Our excluded value down here, 2x minus 3 equals 0. That gives us an excluded value of 3/2, okay. Okay, this has no solutions. This has no solutions. I'm not going to cross it out, but no solutions for x squared plus 1 equals 0. So that's not going to give us any excluded values, okay? So then we can just cross these off, okay? So our final answer is x plus 1 over x squared plus 1 with x equals 3/2 excluded, okay? Good stuff. Let's move on to number 40. That was the third one requested that we didn't get to in class. Okay. Woo, sheesh. Okay. We have, I'm going to color code these as I go along. We have x squared minus 3x plus 9 all over 5x squared minus 20x minus 105. Cool. And then times, this one's not too bad, x squared minus 49. Let's do red. All over x cubed plus 27. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's factor the pink, okay? Pink factors to this. Set up your shell. They're going to be both negative. Does that even factor? Ooh, I don't know if that factors. Does 40 factor? It's got to factor. So the pink part factor. Let's see, b squared minus 4 times 1 times 9. Nope, that doesn't factor, okay? The pink doesn't factor, okay? So I did the little quadratic formula check. Pink doesn't factor, so I'm just going to copy it down. Okay, let's factor the orange, okay? So we got to pull a 5 out. Pull a GCF of 5 out, makes your life a whole lot easier, okay? It's what, 21? There you go, it's going to make our life a whole lot easier. Let's factor that. Factors of 21 that add to negative 4. Okay, good. Let's factor the green. That should be a gimme, guys. And then factoring the red is a sum of cubes, right? So let's set up our little shell. All right, signs are same, opposite, always positive, okay? Cube root of the first one is x, cube root of the second one is 3, okay? Good stuff, okay? So instead, now we multiply across. Instead, I'm going to be lazy and just draw this, make it become one giant fraction, okay? Good stuff, okay? So let's see what our excluded values are. So this will give us negative 4, positive 7, negative 3, and then this, okay, so this trinomial here, this is a quadratic trinomial. We'll learn more about this in chapter 8, but when I did the factor check, I got a negative number up here, so what that means is that this has no solutions. This has no solutions when equal to 0, okay? So this won't give us any excluded values. So here are our excluded values, okay? And then now we can just start crossing stuff off. So these two are the same. They cross out. They cancel out. X minus 7s cancel. I think that's it, actually. So our final answer, x plus 7 all over 5 times x plus 4 times x plus 3. Let's check in the book. Oh, you know what mistake I made? Down here, this orange, I made a little mistake. Hey, this should be a 3 right here, sorry. Right, 3 times 7 is 21. That should be a 3, okay. So then this should be a 3 down here. Okay, here's our answer. There you go.